Well, the time is just gone 12 minutes to 9, and today being the 11th of May. And it is significant in a sense that it is World Keffiyah Day, and it is in solidarity with the people of Palestine. And coincidentally, it also coincides with our campaign at Salam Media, having Abir Ahmed Zayed out of Al Quds with us in South Africa and her tour around South Africa last night. We had a fantastic program with the Palestinian Solidarity Alliance and the Palestinian Information Network. And this today, and we're heading towards KwaZulu-Natal, a number of programs that have been lined up in Pietermaritzburg, in Durban. We're going to Cape Town, and the commemoration of the 75 years of the Nakba that will be taking place in Cape Town, going to Port Elizabeth. So all of this putting us under the spotlight and to show our solidarity with the people of Palestine. And this is the reason why we are joined by Sundos Hammad, coordinator of the Right to Education campaign at the Birzeit University in the Westbank. Sundos, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome.
Assalamu alaikum. How are you guys? Thank you for inviting me.
Doing exceptionally well, considering that we at Salam Media this entire week, our focus has been on Palestine with our guest who is here from Jerusalem, from Al Quds. We've got a sister, Abir Zayed, who is going around the country, and also coming today, looking at World Keffiyah Day in solidarity with the people of Palestine. How significant is this campaign, World Keffiyah Day? I know it is symbolic, but it is also important that it is showing solidarity, it's showing, sending a message to the entire world that we care for the people of Palestine. We stand with the people of Palestine.
Yes, so World Keffiyah Day, which marks today, 11th of May, is a global movement to show visual
Yes, unfortunately, we have had a bit of a problem with the freezing of the system on the other side, but we definitely will try and get hold of Sundos Hammad with us once again. There we go. We must apologize. I think there were some connection issues, but you may continue.
Hello. Sorry, can you hear me properly now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so what I was saying is that this day, the Keffiyah Day, is a global event, a global movement, which is an opportunity to show visual solidarity with Palestinian people around the world. It's a way to talk and raise awareness about the oppression that Palestinians are facing under the Israeli apartheid regime. So why Keffiyah, you might ask? So Keffiyah is a well-known symbol for Palestinian people in general, where farmers before the Nakba Day, or which will mark, as you said, Inayat, the 75 years of Nakba next Monday, on the 15th of May. Farmers before Nakba used to wear keffiyah in their daily lives. In the British Mandate in Palestine, especially in 1936, the Arab Palestinian revolt, rebellions used to use keffiyah to cover their eyes, so the soldiers, the British soldiers, cannot identify them. Then later, Palestinian people used to use keffiyah and wearing keffiyah always for these soldiers not to identify the rebels. So it has been always a symbol of unity in Palestine, using a keffiyah, or what we call in Palestine hatta. And during the first uprising and the second uprising in Palestine, what we call Intifada, in 1987 and in 2000, we used the Keffiyah as a symbol of resistance. I'm sure that you know the late Palestinian president and leader Yasser Arafat, who had a great influence using the Keffiyah in each day, and sending messages to the world that this Keffiyah means our way as Palestinians for peace and for freedom, and using resistance as a way to seek or to reach our rights as Palestinians.
Well, you mentioned that obviously this is a visual, and we're hoping that, we would see this right across the world where people, this is maybe symbolic, but at the end of the day, the message that you speak of and why and how this actually came about is more powerful, because at the end of the day, it is solidarity with the Palestinians, the right to self-determination, to justice, to dignity, and also to continue raising awareness about the Palestinian cause, about the Palestinians' right of return. And this is where the support actually comes, that and sends a very, very powerful message to the world and also to the people of Palestine, that you are not alone in your struggle. We are with you.
Thank you, Anayat. Yes, indeed. So this day is an occasion that we must use to open a discussion and a conversation with each other about what is happening in Palestine, and to shed the light on the oppression that they face. Today, I work on a campaign that is called the Right to Education campaign at Birzeit University. And this campaign, if you allow me to just refer to something, works on building a network, an international network to support the Palestinian students' right of education, and to seek for them the academic freedom, not only for the students, but all the academic society in Palestine. So the shapes of solidarity can come in many ways, and also on many levels. Today, we as students and scholars, we can connect around the world, and we can also show evidence of solidarity around the world. So not only wearing keffiyah, which is a symbol, as I said, of solidarity and resistance and continuous resistance in Palestine, but also what follows of actions of solidarity matters a lot.
Well, Cindy, it does, and I quite like the idea what you're saying, Sundos, with regard to the Right to Education campaign and looking at young Palestinians and the challenges that they face as far as freedom of even educating themselves go. So that is extremely important. And at Salam Media, at this point in time, I mentioned we've got somebody out of Al-Quds. We've got a sister, Birzeit, who is highlighting the plight of the people of Jerusalem, highlighting the plight of Masjid al-Aqsa and what is taking place in Masjid al-Aqsa. We've seen now many campaigns after the martyrdom of Sheikh Khadir Adnan as well, looking at the rights of Palestinian prisoners. So this is a whole multifaceted approach. All these rights that are being infringed by this Zionist regime called Israel, and these campaigns are absolutely necessary in many forms, and also at the same time the focus or showing the entire world that these are important issues, these are matters that you need to be aware of, and these are matters you need to focus on, but more importantly to support all these various initiatives that are taking place.
Yes, indeed. Mentioning all of what you said about the violations, I'm gonna focus also on Khadir Adnan, as he was a graduate from Birzeit University. the unfortunate incident of his death while he was in hunger strike inside the Israeli prisons actually comes in with a long history of oppression towards not only Palestinians in general, but also Palestinian students. So Khadr Adnan was a graduate from Birzeit University from the PA, and he started his master degree. And due to his continuous arrest by the Israeli occupation, he couldn't finish his education in economical mathematics because he was arrested for more than 12 times under administrative detention, meaning without trial and without a charge. Today, Khadr Adnan was one of more than 15 students from Birzeit University who are under administrative detention. Today, we have more than 60 of our students are in the Israeli prisons, facing charges of only being active inside campus or being active in the student movement. This is saying a lot regarding not only our right to education in Palestine, but our right to assembly, our right to expression, our freedom of expression, and that takes us to something else, which today marks also, unfortunately, the first anniversary of the death and assassination of Shireen Abu Akleh. So as you can see, it's like a connected a series of violations and oppression that not only affects like our lives as students, but our every aspect of every Palestinian around the world, not only in Palestine, because coming after 3 days or 4 days, there will be a Nakba where nowadays we have 6 million refugees, Palestinian refugees, because of the Nakba, or the catastrophe, the Palestinian catastrophe that happened in the 48, back in 1948. So this must end. The occupation of our land must end, and your act of solidarity means the world to us. Either if you are a student, an activist, or a scholar, or any person who believes in justice and human rights.
Well, we're certainly looking forward to Nakba Day as well. And we know that there is going to be a huge rally here in South Africa on the 15th of May as well. And this will be all in solidarity with the people of Palestine. And I'm sure, Sister Sundos, at some point in time, people like yourself visiting South Africa, and like we have been doing with Birzeit, highlighting the plight of the people of Jerusalem and Al-Quds, people like yourself to come out to South Africa. And we know that there is a huge interest amongst young people, amongst
sorry, I can't hear you properly. There's a technical.
Well, can you hear me now? Well, I think we are having a bit of a problem, but nevertheless, we will.
It's disconnected. I'm sorry.
There is a delay and there is a problem, but Sister Sundos Hammad, we thank you once again for your time, and hopefully at some point in time we will be able to connect with a better connection. But for now, we thank you and all the best to you. Well, that brings us straight on to 9 o'clock, and we are heading for the news as well. And we still have got the weekly edition of Crime Talk coming up this morning.